I said 75. What did you say to me?
I think it's, could be as high as 150,000 this year.
So double what I thought was.
Yeah.
150,000, so we're tripling at this point. You ascribe nothing to the idea that Bitcoin is a beloved currency for those who are trying to do nefarious things.
If 99% of the nefarious activities were using dollars, why don't you have the same negative viewpoint towards a dollar?
Because it has a great utility, in the same way the car has a great utility.
Well, you don't know, because you don't appreciate the utility of Bitcoin doesn't mean that other people don't appreciate it.
The excitement surrounding spot Bitcoin ETFs remains unabated, even after more than a month of trading. Earlier this week, senior Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas highlighted extraordinary volume spikes in both VanEck's HODL and WisdomTree's BTCW Bitcoin ETFs. These spikes, significantly larger than previous trading sessions, caught the attention of many. Balchunas noted that HODL saw a staggering $258 million in volume, a 14x increase over its daily average, driven by 32,000 individual trades, an astonishing 60x its typical volume. Similarly, BTCW experienced a surge, with $154 million in trades, 12x its average, fueled by 23,000 individual trades, representing a dramatic increase from its usual activity. In contrast, Blackrock's IBIT ETF saw elevated but less remarkable volume. Anticipating further unusual activity in these ETFs, along with others, investors are increasingly bullish about the ongoing bull market. In recent interviews with CNBC, Galaxy Digital CEO Michael Novogratz and Fundstrat market analyst Tom Lee expressed bullish sentiments toward Bitcoin, predicting new all-time highs by year-end. Lee went further, forecasting a peak of $150,000 per coin within the cycle. However, these Bitcoin advocates are not alone in their optimism. During an interview with Tom Lee, CNBC hosts Joe Kernan and Andrew Sorkin engaged in a spirited discussion about Bitcoin's future.
Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to drop your comment and observations in the comment section below. Thanks and enjoy the video.
We've come a long way fast, both in U.S. stocks and in crypto. I mean, crypto, it's almost felt too easy, right? We've gone up almost every day. And so it wouldn't surprise me if there's some consolidation. Right? Trees don't grow to the sky. But I think the big story is we've now opened up the institutional, the RIA community, right? $45 trillion of wealth are managed by brokers. And, we've got baby boomers who own most of the wealth in America, and they're getting their first easy access to Bitcoin. And you're seeing it through these ETFs, the massive growth in a very short period of time in this whole ETF complex. And I don't think that's going to stop, right? Last night we had $135 million of inflows after that slowed down from 400, 350. Paul Tudor Jones taught me early on in my career that prices get set on the margin, right? And so when we've got more buyers and sellers, prices go up. And I see a kind of a constant, these are hodlers as well, right? These are guys that are buying, put it in their portfolio and hold. They're not traders. And so the ETF buyers in general that are coming through these RIA channels, I think are taking supply off the market. So I still see Bitcoin ending the year a lot higher. That said, could we consolidate around here for a little while? Of course we could.
How many advisors can actually recommend Bitcoin as a product today versus how many will be able to do that in 6 months from now?
I don't have a perfect answer, but I would tell you at least double in 6 months, right? There are big channels that still aren't turned on, that we know they're going to get turned on, right? We're in conversations with them. These are the big platforms. And there's an inevitability to it. Why? Because their customers are calling and bitching at them and saying, we want to buy Bitcoin with you. And so then the sales guys who get paid for selling stuff are screaming at their bosses. And so I'm certain it's going to happen. This is not, it might happen. It is going to happen. It just takes time. These organizations are very conservative in general. And, crypto scared the heck out of people 18 months ago. And so there's still scar tissue. It's surprising that we have a approved, U.S. sanctioned Bitcoin ETF. And it's still very difficult for a lot of crypto companies just to get banking services in the U.S.
If I asked you to make the downside case for Bitcoin, what would it be in your mind?
45,000, 42,000.
And what would get you there?
It could be some regulatory, kerfuffle. It could just be the market got a little long and you get people scared. I don't see that as a high probability, but we broke out. You can just look at the chart. We kind of broke out from 45, and so pushing through where you broke out from happens often in markets. It's not supposed to be easy to make money. You got to get scared a few times, and that's what's been so impressive about the real core Bitcoin community. Like they just take the pain and buy more. I mean, there's such a belief system around this asset. But it wouldn't surprise me if something happened that we're not paying attention to. When markets get new buyers and start breaking out, it's hard to have a price prediction. I do think we will test the old highs, in a relatively short period of time. And if you take out 69,000, usually you don't go right through the first time. You'll touch them and you'll come all the way back, and you'll be mad you didn't sell something, and then it takes off again. But once you break 69,000, listen, it could measure to 150,000, right? 125,000.
Novogratz's bullish stance on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is widely anticipated, given his long-standing commitment to the digital assets. As a staunch Bitcoin bull for years, his optimism is well known. However, Joe Kernan's recent enthusiasm for Bitcoin offers a refreshing perspective. Just last week, he challenged SEC Chair Gary Gensler's perceived bias against Bitcoin, questioning Gensler's assertion that Bitcoin's relevance stems solely from its appeal to money launderers and criminals. During an interview with Tom Lee, Kernan's skepticism about Bitcoin's detractors became evident when he swiftly countered Andrew Sorkin's attempts to criticize Bitcoin using similar arguments. Kernan's swift response underscored a shift in sentiment, with his views providing a counterbalance to prevailing skepticism. Here are excerpts from the interview.
I said 75. What did you say to me?
I think it's, could be as high as 150,000 this year.
So double what I thought was.
Yeah.
150,000, so we're tripling at this point.
Yeah, because you've got demand improving with the ETF, and you have the supply shrinking with the halvening. And if monetary policy eases, which we expect, that's supportive of risk assets. And Bitcoin's holding up. I mean, that's another reason why I don't think a drawdown is going to start that soon. I mean, Bitcoin's been rallying the last couple weeks. It is sound money, and I think it's proving to be useful. And
proving to be useful how?
Well,
it's very useful if you're an investor right now.
Yes, it's been a great store value. It's been a good risk asset. It's also incredibly secure. There hasn't been a single fraudulent entry on the blockchain since inception. I don't think any bank can say that's true of their P&L and accounting. 6% of banking transactions are suspicious, 0% on the Bitcoin.
What did you go through the list of sort of terrible illegal behavior? People in that world seem to love Bitcoin. What does that say about this?
Well, pirates were the first people that liked gold, so we knew gold was a good store of value. But I think equally important, the dollar is used in more illicit activities.
I will take Gary Gensler's side on this particular description of the situation.
Yeah.
A car has immense value to society, economic value to society. There's a utility case.
Right, but why doesn't it resonate with you?
You could argue that a strong Tylenol actually has a
but in the history of the world,
utility.
In the history of the world,
right?
If 99% of the nefarious activities were using dollars, why don't you have the same negative viewpoint towards a dollar?
Because it has a great utility in the same way the car has a great utility.
Well, because you don't appreciate the utility of Bitcoin doesn't mean that other people don't appreciate it.
The only people right now that appreciate
No, that's not true. That's not true. I don't appreciate it because I'm using it for ransomware. I appreciate it because it's a store of value. I don't appreciate it.
A store of value or
it's a store of value, not speculative.
That goes up. If it was a store of value, it would stay one price.
No. Like gold was $300 not too long ago. It's now $2,000. It doesn't stay at the same price. It goes up as you print more money.
It's intriguing to observe Tom taking a more passive role while the interviewers engage in lively discussion. However, amidst their exchange, it's crucial not to overlook Tom's bullish outlook and the metrics he believes could propel Bitcoin to new heights in 2024. Tom outlines 3 key reasons for his optimism. Firstly, he anticipates that Bitcoin ETFs will begin accumulating Bitcoin from the market, thus increasing demand for the leading cryptocurrency. Secondly, he points to the 2024 Bitcoin halving event, which he predicts will cause a significant supply shock by having the Bitcoin block reward from 6.25 to 3.125 Bitcoin. Tom's third reason centers on the potential for the U.S. Federal Reserve to initiate rate cuts, a move that could greatly benefit risk assets like Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on Mike's and Tom's predictions and outlook for Bitcoin? Feel free to share your comments and observations in the section below. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.